Have you ever set a goal, worked really hard towards it, only to fall short? Or perhaps you've achieved that goal that you're aiming for, but ultimately you feel unsatisfied and unfulfilled. If so, you're not alone. Many people struggle with setting goals, achieving them, and even if they achieve them, they don't feel fulfilled or satisfied when they ultimately achieve that goal. The problem that we have is that people have the wrong metric set up to check whether they are achieving those goals. Perhaps you've even set yourself a goal of earning £10,000 a month. Well, today in this video, I want to show you and tell you that that type of goal is wrong, and ultimately it won't allow you to achieve the real results that you want to achieve. In this video, I want to explore the idea of lead measures and lag measures, and why lead measures are absolutely essential to consider if you want to achieve your goals. We'll also talk a little bit about my personal stories and find out how I implemented this new style of setting goals to achieve results that I never thought possible before. So, firstly, the problem with traditional goal setting is that it's so focused around the end result. So maybe you've set goals in the past for yourself where the goal is to buy a Ferrari, or to buy £1 million house, or to make £500,000 in a month. The problem with this type of goal is that you can't see clearly how you'll go from where you are today to where you want to be. So if you're currently living at home and you've never run a business before, but you set yourself a goal that by the end of the year you want to have a business up and running that's generating you an online income stream, then that goal doesn't give you any indication of how you can get from where you are today to achieving that goal. This goal often can feel overwhelming when you set it, and because you've got nothing clear in place to tell you how to get from where you are today to getting to that goal, that's how you can really struggle and feel overwhelmed and never reach that goal. But this is the common advice, is to write down your goals in this way, and that's exactly what I did. And I used to have these goals set out like monthly income targets, and I realised that there was nothing clear to tell me how I was going to get to that goal. There was no action I could take, and by the end of the day, I could tick to say I'd achieved my goal. Because that monthly income goal, you can only tick it off at the end of the month if you've got there, and it's very difficult to tell if the actions you're taking on a day-to-day basis is going to get you to that end goal. There has to be a step in between. You have to set out what it is you need to do to achieve that income goal. You can't just set that income goal as the goal. I realised that there had to be steps in between. I couldn't just set a monthly income goal and just start working until I got there. I needed to set out the steps that would take me clearly from where I am today, or when I was back then, until I got to that income goal for the month. So when we talk about this traditional type of goal setting, we're talking about lag measures. So what that means is the type of goals that you're going after. If that's like the amount of money you want to make per month, if that's the car that you want to buy or the house you want to own, they are lag measures because they come down the line. So there's a lag period. You have to put in work up front, and then you achieve those goals after some time has elapsed. So those are lag measures, and I think they can be your goals, but they need to be mixed with lead measures as well. So lead measures, they are goals that you set up, and they're specifically designed to be goals that when you tick them off, they'll get you to your end result. So for example, if your lag measure of whether you're achieving your goal is that you want to achieve £10,000 per month with a dropshipping business, then the lead measures and the lead goals that you need to put in place is building your Shopify store. It's signing another supplier. It's adding another 10 products. It's setting up your marketing campaign and optimizing those ads. They are the lead measures. So you might write down, if your goal overall is to achieve £10,000 a month with a dropshipping business, then your lead measures need to be, this month I will sign my first 5 suppliers, I'll build my Shopify store, and I'll set up my marketing campaign. They are the lead measures that you can tick off as you complete them. You have complete control over those actions, and you know when you complete those lead measures, they'll lead to the eventual big goals that you've got, and they lead to the lag measures, which is like earning £10,000 a month from your dropshipping business. So the solution to the problems of traditional goal setting is to switch your goal setting to focusing on the lead measures. So now every time I set out the goals that I want to achieve, I would focus primarily on the lead measures. So that's the actions I need to take in order to get to that goal. So let me tell you some stories about how I've implemented this new way of setting goals and the difference it's made to my results. So what I used to do when I was growing my e-commerce business, I would set out the goal at the start of the week that I needed to sign 5 suppliers this week. What I now do is I set out that I need to contact 15 suppliers this week instead of saying that I'm going to sign 5. Now, the reason for that is because contacting 15 suppliers is a lead measure to get to that end result of signing 5 suppliers. But when you set out the lead measure as your goal, you can have complete control over achieving that goal. So there's nothing stopping you achieving the goal of contacting 15 suppliers. You've got the phone, you've got the email, you've got the inbox. You can be the person, and there's nothing that can stop you achieving that goal. That means I know exactly what actions I need to take to achieve the goals that I've got, and there's nothing that can stop me from achieving that. If I was to set my goal as signing 5 suppliers, there are things that are out of my control. For example, if suppliers are open to that conversation this week, or if I can't get hold of enough suppliers, those things are out of my control. And so I would be failing at those tasks if I set that as my goal. So although I'd contacted 15 suppliers and I'd done everything I could, what was happening is that I wasn't signing the suppliers that I was trying to. And so it looked at the end of the week like I'd failed my goals. And that can lead to demotivation. It can lead to you feeling like your efforts were pointless and you don't ever give yourself a pat on the back for the actions you took. Whereas now, I always set it as the lead measures as my goals. So now I know that at the end of the week, although I didn't sign the 5 suppliers that I was doing, I know that I completed my action, which was to contact the 15 suppliers. So at the end of the week, I feel motivated and I know I've taken the actions that I need to take to get to the goal. When you have this type of goal in place for all areas of your life, you'll feel motivated, you'll take the actions you need to take, and eventually you'll get to all of the goals that you want to achieve. But you need to focus on the actions you need to take instead of the lag measures and the results that come down the line. So the common advice around goal setting didn't work for me. It may not work for you. And so I much prefer to set up lead measures, and the results that I've achieved ever since doing that have been so much better. Hopefully this video has been helpful and has challenged some of the common beliefs that you might have around goal setting. If you've enjoyed this video, then let me know in the comments and tell me what sort of goals you've got set out and whether you're going to implement the lead measure tactic that I use now instead of setting out lag measures. If you're interested in knowing the exact numbers that you need to achieve in order to get to £10,000 a month with a dropshipping business, then I suggest you watch after this video, the video that I've recently uploaded, which is about getting to £10,000 with a dropshipping business, and you can click on that on the screen. If you enjoyed this video, then like, comment, subscribe. I bring out these educational videos every week, so I will catch you in the next video.